7, 8. Hey guys, what's going on? I am doing my first ever live. So for those of you that will watch this afterwards, definitely leave me some comments. Leave me some notes. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. I decided to do a live because I wanted to go ahead and test out. Where is it? I bought the Shure MV7 microphone. As you can see on my screen, hey y'all, thanks for checking in. What's going on? How are you guys? I decided, first off, I'm doing my first ever live. That's one. So leave me some feedback, leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. So that's one. Because if we never do it, right, we just don't do it. And I said, let me throw myself out there. I decided to go ahead and do a live because I wanted to go ahead and test out the microphones that I have. I have a condenser microphone. I wanted to test out a condenser versus dynamic microphone. And I decided to pick up the much talked about in the last couple of weeks, the much talked about Shure MV7. Everybody's talking about this because it's supposed to be kind of like a follow-up, right, to the SM7B. This is a dynamic microphone. Thank you, Hector. Thanks for the encouragement. Dynamic microphone versus condenser microphone. For those of you guys that have, saw my video before, we turned our dining room into an office, right? And so the dining room, you have to pass through to get to the kitchen. And I know, guys, nothing is going to take place of a non-sound treated room. Nothing's going to take place of a shared space. I get all of that. But we all know, because we talk about it all the time, I have a MacBook Pro. The fans are crazy on the MacBook Pro, right? So I wanted to test between a condenser and a dynamic microphone because I've heard that dynamic microphones do a great job at eliminating noise or rejecting noise versus condenser microphones. Condenser microphones pick up all of the sound. So why did I go with the Lewitt? So first of all, I'll be honest, I went with the Lewitt because it looks cool. There's no other reason why. It looks cool. It's white. It's an attention grabber, right? So it reflects a little bit of my personality. I wanted to, have something cool on video, on live, to kind of grab attention. It does sound good. I did research with Lewitt. It's a great company. They make great microphones, but you can definitely hear some of the background. And what I want to do is I also upgraded to an interface because I was using a Yeti microphone. So I guess any microphone from a Blue Yeti, right, a USB mic, is going to be an upgrade when you really start messing around with stuff. For those of you guys, I've seen a lot of people check in. Thank you so much for checking in. My very first live, and I decided to compare my microphones. I wanted to get some feedback from you guys on a handful of different things. How do I sound? What do you think? Condenser versus dynamic? Shure MV7 versus Lewitt 240. And I'm also testing out the Rodecaster Pro. And the reason why I decided to upgrade to the Rodecaster is because of all of the audio settings that they have, right? All of the audio settings they have. And for me personally, it was because of the processing and the noise gate. So what I'm going to do is, you see, I have everything turned on now. The biggest draw for me was this noise gate. So I'm going to stay quiet to show you guys how the noise kicks into effect. Taiwan, what is going on? James checking in from Taiwan. Let me know what you're doing all the way out there in Taiwan. That's super cool. Thanks for checking in. I'm going to stay quiet so you can hear the background noise and the noise gate checking in. Okay. Let's see. DJ says, I sound good. Thank you so much. That's really good. That's a good thing because it's important, right? Let's see. So I'm going to turn off processing. Well, I'm going to stay quiet. Let me stay quiet first. And Hector is giving me some feedback. So let me get myself in the frame. I was messing around. And I just did this like super last minute. So Hector said, picture looks great. Center myself in the frame shot. Position my mouse so it doesn't block. Yeah. I'm working on all of that. Thank you. I'm going to save this. Thank you for the feedback. Definitely. All right. Let's test this out, guys. Let's test out the noise floor. let's test out the background, the processing. So processing is on now using a Rodecaster Pro. Okay. And I'm going to turn processing off. All right. So processing is off. So the biggest things, right? You hear a difference in my voice. Yes, DJ, the Rodecaster is quiet. You hear the biggest things in my voice, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay quiet again, and I think you'll be able to pick up, you'll hear all the noise that it cancels out. So let me just shut up. So you hear all the background noise, right? I'm going to turn processing back on. Guys, that made such a huge difference. I know I heard it, so I'm sure if I heard it, you guys heard it, and I'll do it one more time. So processing is on the Rodecaster, and the biggest reason why I did the investment was because I didn't want... It's a lot of money, right? Just for like a noise gate. Obviously, it does a lot more than just a noise gate, right? We'll bring the sound in. Oh, that's so nice. But the biggest thing for me was I wanted to get something that was a set it and forget it. And if I decided to get bigger and bring people in, make the one-time investment up front and have something that I can kind of not really worry about. And that noise gate, Doc Rock did a video. He showed us the noise gate, and I said, all right, I need to invest and make this happen. So I'm going to stay quiet. This is with processing on the noise gate. I'm going to shut up. You can hear it when I talk, and when I stop talking, it kicks into effect. So I'm going to stop talking again and see how the noise cuts out. I start talking again, right? So you can hear some of it. And I'm sure for those of us, if you have headphones, you can hear that noise. Now I'm going to turn processing off. And with me turning processing off, it changes my voice completely. I'm not too worried about that. The biggest thing is that, oh, you hear some plosives. Okay, right? So you hear the plosives, you hear all of that good stuff. But I'm going to stay quiet. And you hear everything, mainly the fan of my MacBook Pro, and then you'll hear the noise background all throughout my house, people moving. I'm sure you can hear the kids in the background talking behind me and things like that. Of course, my voice sounds different. So the Rodecaster, you know, I wasn't trying to spend money on it. It is a great tool. It's $600. It is a huge investment, right? For those of you guys, I had gotten, so we think about the Scarlett, the Focusrite 2i2. It's just an interface. You could get your XLR mic. You can put it in there. But it doesn't have all of these added features. Now, you can do the features afterwards. You can do, you know, processing afterwards. But if we do stuff like this where it's live, this makes a huge difference because, you know, you want to be able to. So for me, I don't necessarily go, yep. So you guys heard the fan, right, of the infamous MacBook Pros. And I know those guys, they all say, get an iMac. Well, I bought the MacBook Pro because I want it to be portable. And now I'm suffering for it. And I'm trying to figure out what it is. But, you know, it's not for me. I don't necessarily, I'm first learning to do live. This is my very first live. So I'm testing it out. I want to take advantage of it. Right. But for me as a professional, I'm a mortgage professional. I work for a bank and I do tons of WebEx calls. I do tons of Zoom calls. I'm on the phone. I sit on a board of a nonprofit out here in New Jersey. So, you know, I'm doing day-to-day video conferencing calls with executives, with chairmen of boards, with my customers, most and foremost. Right. So aside from doing live, because this is something that I want to get into, I am presenting myself professionally, and I wanted to eliminate as much distractions as I possibly could, like that fan noise and background noise. So when I'm talking to the CEO of whatever company or the chairman of the board for the nonprofit that I sit on, you know, they're not listening to this stuff, right? They're not getting distracted or I sound much better. They just hear me. They're focused on my voice, and that's that. So I would say the Rodecaster Pro is huge with that. you know, and so why did I start this video? I started this video because I picked this up, right? And I wanted to show you guys what it looks like, what it sounds like. I did do some tests. I don't have an extra XLR, so if you guys want to hold off and I can just unplug and plug in really quick, you let me know. I don't want to waste anybody's time, and I know I'm trying to figure out the right placement. Now I'm thinking about Hector and giving me that feedback, right? Making sure that I'm not blocking my mouth, making sure I'm in frame, so thank you for the feedback. I don't have an extra XLR mic, but what I will say is I decided to go live because I was doing some testing, right? I decided to go live because the testing, and I'm going to chop up the video and bring it in eventually, do a YouTube video. So what did I not like about this? What I didn't like about this was I would prefer to be able to talk to, again, on WebEx or on Zoom or, you know, to the executives, whoever it is, and have the microphone kind of like this, right? All right, so Andrew, so let's fix this. Let me get my life together. Andrew said, how does it sound with the mic not in my face? So let me do this. Let me do some of this. Let me fix this. Sorry for the background noise, right? Alicio, I see you. All right, so this is what it sounds like. I'm in frame, I'm getting my life together, making my life look a little bit better. Thank you so much for the support. Let's go into some of these settings. So I'm going to go into some of the mic settings really quick. I am on the level. So, I'm going to bring this back up. So I found that for my voice, the level on the Rodecaster, so I have it on Rodecaster Pro on Unity on the slider. That's 1. So now it's on Unity. I'm in frame. I'm looking at you guys. I don't have the microphone blocking me. Condenser microphone, Lewitt 240, right? So I don't have it blocking me. I'm going to go back to my next scene. I'm using effects on the Rodecaster Pro, right? So I have everything turned on. I keep going back and forth. So this is normally how I would probably do the video if I'm on a Zoom call with some professionals, okay? Andrew's saying, let's see. So Andrew, you like it like this. You think it looks best not in the frame at all. So, and that's like, right, we all battle about certain things, and I agree. So that's kind of why I chose the Lewitt in white. I do kind of, again, I've thought about it. So if I'm on a Zoom call with my CEO, I don't know if I want the white microphone. It's loud, right? It's like this in-your-face kind of thing in the frame. So it will look better if I kind of do it, you know, bring it down, kind of do it this way. Obviously, excuse me, I have to like mess around with it. I agree. Depending on the audience, it could possibly be better not in your face. But if I have it like this, because the most important thing is when you're doing business with people, right? You want to make sure that people see your mouth. When people are, especially like I said, I'm a banker, like I'm in the finance world. People want to trust me. I'm asking people, I actually give people money. I'm a mortgage officer, you know, but I'm asking them to do business with me. And so the most important thing as a mortgage officer is that you want to make sure that people trust you. And so one of the biggest factors of trust is being able to see my mouth and my face, being able to see me and what I'm telling you in that sincere message. Some more questions. Tobias is asking if Bluetooth headphones work with the Rodecasters. So, okay, I don't know if Bluetooth headphones work. I'm using, they're actually wired headphones. So I know Doc Rock uses, I got these from a suggestion from Loria on Live Streaming Pros. Those are the MEE6s. They're in-ear monitoring headphones. And so what I do is like everybody else, or the majority of other people, I got them in black because they match with my head, right? With my hair. Got them in black. They go in my ears. I wrap them behind my shirt over and under, and I have it connected to the Rodecaster because now I can monitor myself. I can hear things, right? And you guys don't know that I have headphones on. So they're not Bluetooth. They're wired MEE6s. They're like $35 on Amazon. Very happy with them. And if any of you guys know if Bluetooth headphones do work, I guess you can connect them to your computer technically, but I think that would cause a delay. The best thing is you definitely want to bring it in wired. Okay. Okay. Hector, thank you. I love it. Stay on. Keep giving me feedback. I appreciate you. So you like the mic here. I'm guessing I sound good here, so I'll leave it like that. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any more questions. What else do we have? Oh, I know Hector. Let me see. Some more. So he likes the frame. Thank you. Center. Oh, so we said this already. I know I saw Hector give me some other. Oh, the background. So I'm still choosing the background. You guys saw I did a green screen tour the other day. So this looks better, right? So it's not, I guess, not as distracting. You can see my logo. I'll keep this on. Thanks for the feedback. Let's see. I'm just going back. I'm just checking the comments, guys. All right. Sylvia, what's going on? How are you? Thank you for jumping in. Sylvia, just so you know, for those of you guys that jumped in a little bit later, this is my very first live ever. I was actually doing a unboxing / comparison. I was recording it. I was talking to you guys about this Shure MV7 versus my Lewitt 240C Pro, and I said, you know what? Let me stop recording and let me just talk to the crew on Ecamm. Let me do live. They'll give me feedback. I knew some of you guys would join in, right? I know I'd get at least one person to join in. So I said, let me do a live. And what's the worst that can happen? People either don't jump on and then I'll just turn it off, or people jump on and I get to communicate with cool people like you guys. So Sylvia, back to your question. So I have green screen and I did a video. If you search my name, I think I just posted it 2 days ago. You'll search my name. It's on here. It's a very recent post, but I'm going to turn it off, green screen. So you'll see I did a video studio tour of my office. I share a dining room. I'll put that back on. I share a dining room. My fiance and I turned the dining room into our work from home office, and her desk is literally behind me. No privacy, because to get to the kitchen and the bathroom, the kids have to walk behind us. My space is 7 feet wide. My green screen and my desk itself is 6 feet wide by 2.5 feet deep. So that's the background. Check out that video and then feel free to send me a message if you want some help with that. All right, Sylvia, thank you so much. Let me see, James. So I'm using the Sony A5100. The lens that I have, and I think when you're using green screen, honestly, it doesn't matter, right? The lens, but I have always loved taking pictures. So I've had the Sony A5100 probably for about 7 or 8 years. I have a handful of different lenses. Like I have a 50 millimeter prime lens. I have a 30 millimeter. This is a 20 millimeter pancake lens, 2.8. And so it keeps the camera super small. It gets me in a nice frame. But yeah, I'm using the Sony A5100. Okay. Andrew, you have the Rode wireless mic. I personally don't have experience on it. I'm super new to this. I started off with a Blue Yeti. I wanted to get more control and mixing it with an interface. So I literally just bought the Lewitt mic a few weeks ago. And then the Shure came out, I think a week after that I bought this Lewitt. So I decided to try out to purchase the Shure MV7 because it's dynamic versus condenser. And my space is not as quiet. So I wanted, and I've heard, I'm sure you guys have all done similar research, right? I've heard that dynamic microphones do a really good job at blocking noise. And so for those of you guys that have jumped on a little bit more, I'm not going to go too crazy, but I have the Lewitt in the background here, right? And I'm going to stay quiet so you guys can hear the noise canceling and hear what my environment really sounds like. And I keep doing that. Sorry, guys. So you hear the fan. You hear the background. So for me, making sure that I have the right processing, especially if I'm doing not necessarily lives. Like I said, this is my first time going live, but if I'm doing a WebEx call or a Zoom call with business professionals in my industry, I need to make sure that my background and my mic is not distracting. So making sure that I used something that was able to get me that way, that was important. And that's why I decided to try out the dynamic microphone. I'm going to get back to the dynamic microphone, have some more questions. I have another Andrew on here. So what lighting am I using? Check out that video, that green screen video, because I focused on. So I have, again, a small space. My green screen background is 7 feet by 2.5 by 6 feet. So 7 feet wide, 6 feet up and down. I have an Elgato key light, regular, the key light panel on my right hand side. I have a soft box on my left hand side. So up here, and what I'll do is, so you guys can see some live tuning, and we want to talk about some lighting, I'm going to turn off my Elgato, and I'm using a green screen, right? And that's important because green screen is huge. So let me turn off the green screen. You can see the green screen there. Let me turn off some of the lighting. So I'm going to turn off the key light. That's my strongest light. And you see the green screen gets fuzzy right over here. But for the most part, the green screen still looks good. So with what I'm using, a shadow box, that lighting is from the shadow box. I'm going to see if I can get it in frame, a photography light here. So it's mounted on a tripod. This is a photography socket light. These socket lights, you can get them for like $10. And then, you know, another $10 for two. And then a photography light bulb mounted on a tripod. So I have that down here. That's for my lower left-hand corner. I have a Lume Cube panel light on the bottom, and that suction cup to the bottom of my desk. I'm going to turn that off so you can see the difference that makes there. So that's off, and my lighting is still pretty good, right? That's interesting. It's so interesting. Lighting is so crazy, guys. But so the panel turn that off, and depending on the mood, so I turn that back on, depending on the mood, right? Maybe at nighttime, you can get it like this. You can see, so some of the reflection in my glasses, that's because I have lights everywhere. I'm going to turn on the key light, let it adjust, and that's that. So this is all my lighting on. I have a photography socket, Elgato key light, shadow box, and a Lume Cube panel. And that's for the best lighting that I have there. Let's see. All right, so I think I got all of the questions. Thank you guys for tuning in and for watching. So let me tell you guys. So I decided to come in, and like I said, if you guys want, I can plug it in and hold on to it. It'll just take a second. I was testing this out. What did I not like about it? And I already got some feedback already from some of you guys that have been watching. What I absolutely did not like about the Shure MV7, which you guys know with a dynamic microphone, is that the reason why it blocks off most of the sound is because you got to talk straight into it. So as I was using tests, right? So Hector, you need to give me your number. We need to talk. So Hector says the gray is a bit drab. Pick a warm tone that complements your logo. I'd recommend a hair light to separate you better from the background. So I have to figure out the hair light, right? I have to figure out the placement. I agree. I've been thinking about that, but because my space is so small, I already put some hooks in the ceilings to mount my green screen. I'm working on that. So maybe I'll send you a message. I'll send you some pictures, and you can kind of help me out with that and maybe give me some more feedback. Feedback is a gift. So I appreciate all of the comments. Keep them coming, Hector, because this is how I learn and get better. But since it's drab, I don't want to be drab. That's not who I am. You know, the classic bricks for Ecamm, we all love this. And I guess I'll do some of this to show you guys also the different, because I've also noticed that depending on the background, that can affect your lighting as well. You'll either look better, you'll look worse. You can see now some of my curls don't look as great because I do need a hair light, the way Hector said, right? Work in progress. Chen, I agree. Lighting has been so much easier than the audio. I'm still working on my audio. Let's go back. So I do like, that was a good point, Hector. And this is the background, another Ecamm generic. Let's see. This was cool. I did this one in Canva, but you see now my lighting, and I think because I messed around with stuff, you see over here, now my lighting is not as great. That's because I'm sure I moved around some of that stuff. Let's get that back. And then of course this can be fixed. You know, little things like that, you just got to mess around with the Ecamm settings and dial it in, right? So I did this background through Zoom, doing Good Matters. I think it's pretty cool. Let's see. So what I didn't like about this was, I don't know, first off, I don't know if it was because I was already so used to the sound with the condenser mic that my ears were already accustomed to it. So definitely it gave me a different sound. And yes, guys, on the Rodecaster, I did change the setting from condenser to dynamic. I turned off Phantom Vault. And let me see, I turned off Phantom Power. I changed it from condenser to dynamic. And then, I was trying to mess around. I'm still learning, right? So it's still all really new to me. I didn't necessarily like the way this sounded compared to the condenser. I think the condenser matched my voice really well. In order to get a good sound, for those of you guys that do know, with dynamic microphones, you have to talk straight into it like this. So I had to talk like block, right, my voice. Well, not block, but block my mouth so the audio can be picked up really well. So when I spoke into the MV7 like this, it sounded great. But then this goes back to kind of what some of us were talking about earlier, that there are some people that don't even like the microphone in frame at all. And what I noticed was, of course, this is called a podcaster mic. So yeah, definitely if you are not doing videos, if I thought about it and if I was only doing podcasts and if I wasn't doing videos, having the microphone in my mouth like this wouldn't be bad. It would be good. I guess I would probably want to keep it, right? What's going on? I got shot. Oh, now I feel like, Doc, this is my first live. So what's going on? How are you? You like that Lewitt? Yes, man. The Lewitt, I am a fan. I like the white. I think it reflects my personality. You came on a little bit late, Doc, but I was talking about, I decided to pick this up just to test it because my space is not as quiet as I'm working with what I'm working with, right? For now, I don't have a home office, so my space is not as quiet. I figured a dynamic microphone might help. And I'm just talking about different things, right? So mic technique, I'm still learning. You are 100% right. I'm still learning. And the mic technique of what's required on a dynamic microphone is that you do have to talk like this. And if I'm doing videos, right, with the business that I'm in, working with bankers, I'm doing WebEx, I'm talking to different CEOs and different executives and customers and things like that. The last thing I want is for my mouth to be covered, because on a dynamic microphone, you have to talk like this. So off the bat, I wasn't happy about that. I have to dial in the settings and stuff like that. So Chen, you use a shotgun mic, right? This is what the group is all about. I've been learning so much from you guys, and you guys have been awesome. Trying to figure out what's what. What I did notice, so let's go back to my particular situation, right? Let's go back to what I said. I'm going to change the scene again, go back into Ecamm. I'm going to go to my next scene. Lewitt does make some great stuff, Chen. I love this mic. I love it just because the way it looks, and you should never choose something just because the way it looks. It can be ugly, and if you sound beautiful, that's all that matters. But if I can get both, the best of both worlds, 100%. Let me look good. Let me sound good. I want all of that in one package, right? So let's go back. What I did notice was, so the Rodecaster does a great job with the noise gate and blocking off the mic, the MacBook Pro fans, right? So let's turn this off so you guys can hear again, for those of you that jumped on a little bit late. Processing is on. I'm going to stay quiet. I'm going to now turn off processing and then stay quiet. So processing, you can hear processing changes my voice, but when I stop talking, you're going to hear the fans on my MacBook Pro and everything else. The biggest thing that you hear, Doc, I know, get an iMac. Well, eventually, later on. But the biggest thing you hear with the MacBook Pro is the fans, right? So what I noticed with the MV7 was it worked when paired with the Rodecaster. That noise gate was crazy. So if you think that the noise gate works really well in my environment, with this condenser, with this Lewitt mic, the the noise gate compared with this Shure MV7, it was crazy. Like it was, okay, put it this way. The very first time that I plugged in, I was like, wait, the mic is not on. Hold on. And then I started talking. I was like, oh, snap. So 100% in terms of the sound, no doubt, 100%. It is horrible. Not horrible. Sorry, guys. It is, the dynamic microphone is so much better with the noise. Chen, I know. So Apple is announcing, supposedly the rumors, right, on the, whenever it is next week, they're supposed to be announcing the new laptops with the AMD chips. Hopefully, we'll see. The good thing with those of us that do have MacBooks is that they have great resale value. So I'm thinking on a worst case scenario, because I got a great deal on my MacBook Pro. Depending on what they announce next week, maybe I'll sell the MacBook Pro and use that money to buy one of the updated AMD chips Tuesday, right? So we'll see. I'm interested to see what that looks like, Doc. So let's see, what do we got? Shotgun mics add noise because people normally use the wrong shotgun. The NTG everyone picks up is designed for outdoors and picking up voice plus ambience. In studio, it picks up the room noise. So that was Doc responding to Chen saying that he uses a shotgun for his lives. I'm still extremely inexperienced with that. So Hackintosh, Shannon, what do you got? What are you using? Why? So I would love to know why. I get why people buy Macs and then put Windows on there because they're kind of, window only things and you want to be able to have the best of both worlds. What's your thought process with the Hackintosh? Let me know, because I'm a nerd. Obviously, we're all on here. We're all nerds. We're nerds to a certain level. If you're on the Ecamm fam Facebook and you're doing lives, you're a nerd. You're a geek. So we all share that in common, right? What do we got? So Chen, so he's responding to Doc. What do we got? Chen uses an S mic, 2S closed mic to reduce room ambience, but he does like guys. You're talking to an amateur here. So now I'm going to have to go back, look at the live, do research on all of this shotgun mics because I have no idea. Research fill gain patterns. You lost me. Okay, so where you didn't, so I'm back. Now the nerd is back. Crisp works wonders for folks who can't buy outboard gear to reduce ambient noise. Thanks for that, Chris. So Crisp is an app that you can buy, and I think you can buy it definitely for your cell phones, and I think for your desktops. It's an app that will kind of do the noise gate pretty much on your cell phones. I looked into it. It's kind of expensive. I think, I don't know. I guess at this point I've spent so much money. What's expensive and what's not expensive? I don't even want to look at my bank account anymore. I need to stop messing with y'all because here I am now. I think I first subscribed to Ecamm back in August. So we have August, September, October, November, 4 months later, I have a Rodecaster Pro, I have a Lewitt, I have a Blue Compass, I have a Stream Deck. Y'all are trying to get me to this, y'all are trying to get me to the Stream Deck XL. So no more spending money. But what I will say is because you guys have been so great, you guys have encouraged me to make my setup better, to learn more, to do my very first live today. So for those of you guys that tuned in originally and have stayed on, or those of you guys that are bumping in and out, showing me some love, thank you so much for the feedback and being so supportive because you guys are amazing. Sean, going back to the Hackintosh, I guess you're right. That's you are super nerdy and super techie when it gets to that. Maybe eventually I have thought about building my own PC, but you got to have money to have PC. But again, when we start talking about money, like I'm talking to the wrong group because somebody like Doc comes on and Doc talks about how great something is, and all of us are on there. Where's Felicia when we need her? Felicia, where you at, girl? We come in. Felicia just yesterday posted a video of her in Best Buy with the whole Elgato section, everything filled out, and people are like, where's this, where that, right? So talking about money with you guys is a whole other thing. All right, what else? So mic technique is about understanding the full gain pattern. So, this goes back to why I started this, why I started the live. I started to do I actually have a recording, and I stopped the recording in the middle of it because I decided to say, you know what, let me go live, one, for myself, for personal practice, to hold myself accountable, to actually make something happen, right? And then, let me see. All right, I'm going to jump on the beta stream, Doc. I got you. I don't know. Work went out the door for me today. I mean, I worked for like an hour, and I can reply to emails, and I can work wherever, but I got you, Doc. I'm going to come on. Let me put that on the screen. But the biggest thing is going back to what Shannon said, right? Mic technique is about understanding the full gain pattern. So you guys know, you guys are on here, you guys are all doing the research. People will listen to us if we sound great and the quality's not so great. But the minute that the quality gets echoey, it starts to go bad. We sound tiny, we sound too loud, we're peaking and stuff like that. We lose people 100%. So it definitely is about research. It's about having the right tools, having the right mix of tools. The one thing that I'm trying to do better at now is, I had told Doc like 2 or 3 weeks ago, he mentioned Motu, right, as an interface for someone that's coming in. And I started to do research, and I did pick up a Motu M2. The reason why I went with that interface over another, let's say the Focusrite, the Scarlett interfaces, was because the Motu talks about having a built-in loopback feature. So I know, right, it's all a point of contention for us. You read so many posts on Ecamm Live about loopback, using the software. And so the reason why I decided to go ahead and pick up the Motu was, one, because Doc's the man and he recommended it. I'm not going to front. That's one of the biggest reasons why, right? But then as I started to do research, 100%, Motu is a huge name in the industry. I started doing research on that M2. Great features. I love the fact that it had loopback. But then for myself and my personal situation, right, I needed some more things. And as a newbie, as an amateur, just coming in, I needed more features, like primarily noise gate. That was the biggest thing why I decided to upgrade to the Rodecaster Pro, right? Because of the noise gate and all of this extra stuff. Because of someone like me that I'm still learning, and while I'm still learning, I'm still doing research, I still want to have a great sound. I still want to get the best sound possible. I do. That's what I got up on the screen. I bought it about 2 weeks ago. So I'm still in the return period for the Motu M2. And so this goes back to why I started this trail of thought in the first place. You'll read, and a lot of the wise people on here will tell you, do it right the first time. Don't be cheap. Do your research. Wait if you have to, but don't spend money on something cheap where then 3, 4, 5 months down the line, you're going to spend more money to upgrade or get the better version. And we've all fallen victim to that. I am currently suffering from that, but trying to make better decisions. So luckily, like I said, I bought that Motu M2 for a reason. But then as I started doing research and I started looking more into the Rodecaster, I said, okay, I'm still in the return period for this Motu M2. Let me pick up the Rodecaster, test them both at the same time, and then return whichever one I end up not needing. And that's going to be the Motu M2. And, that's the reality. Yeah, the Rodecaster is more, but, like I've shown you guys already, for those of you guys that jumped on earlier, the processing effects, and that's what I have here on the screen, the processing effects that the Rodecaster gives you, aside from, the cool different things that we can do on here, is important. And that's why I decided to go with the Rodecaster and return that Motu M2, because as I start to do more, listen, this stuff of us doing videos and webinars and Zooms and things like that isn't going away. So yes, I want to grow my brand. I want to grow my business. I want to do videos and do lives more with the community and help build my personal brand as an entrepreneur, right? Outside of it. But also, again, with my work business, business. The WebEx calls and the Zooms are not going away. So I wanted to make sure I have a setup that's right for the first time. Let me see. So Chen, you're using the SSL2 paid for loopback software, how's the Motu loopback? So it seemed to work really well. It did. It seemed to work really well. I liked it. There was one of the things that I noticed that drove me crazy that I'm not getting with the Rodecaster is when I used my headphones into the Motu, there was a crackling in the background, and it could have been a defective unit, but it drove me crazy. The loopback feature seemed to work pretty well. I did it on 1 or 2 like Zoom calls and things like that. So for the unit, for what it is, if you don't need the extras that you can get out of a Rodecaster, the loopback feature works really well. Super easy for somebody like me that's inexperienced, right? So what else do we have? Yeah. Right. So spending money, and that's kind of where I'm at with this. And this, I'll tell you guys, it's probably a great mic. Again, I'm inexperienced, so I'm still learning. But what I didn't like off the back was the fact that with the mic technique, having to talk right into it with the fact that my videos, my live presentations are with professionals that they need to see my face. They need to see me talking, right? They need to see India. Having a microphone like this, I that's not a good look for me. Maybe for other people, it is called the Shure MV7 Podcaster. So maybe for people that are doing podcasts, that's probably great. But if anybody is looking for an upgraded mic, I can return it. But if you guys want to buy it off of me, I'll just sell it at the same price that I bought it for, $250, because I know that they're already starting to get sold out in certain places. So I have like another week left. Let me know if you want to buy it. I'll ship it out to you guys. If not, I'm just going to return it to the company that I ended up buying it for, because I'm probably going to return it. Let's see. I'm just going through some comments. So yes, I'll take you up on that offer, Shannon. I'll send you a message. Definitely we can do interview mode. Wait, do you want to jump on now? Let me know. Hold on. Do you want to take advantage of interview mode now? Let me know. Hit me up in the comments, because I can send you my link and then we can go from there. I don't mind, unless you want to do another scheduled live, and we can do that as well. Just hit me up. Let me know what you're thinking with the time, and we can do an interview, because I'm sure, put your comment back up on the screen. Right now? Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Let me get my life together. Let's see. So copy link. I gotta get you the best way to send you the link. So I'm gonna turn on. All right. So hopefully some of you guys stay on. Hold on one second. I gotta now switch some windows around. Oh, Shannon, you got time? I hear that. You got time. I mean, I should be working, but Chen, how good is interview mode? You're going to find out. Let me log on to Facebook. Hold on. Let me do some things, guys. Oh, you guys are going to inaugurate me for a live real quick, right? So let's turn on. Let me open up Facebook Messenger. Shannon, I'm going to send you a message with my link for interview mode real quick. So give me a second. What do we got here? Elicio, is that how you pronounce your name? Elicio, am I saying it wrong? I'm assuming it's Elicio. He got time too. We all got time. All right, we're going to do this. Let's do this. We're going to help each other out. We're going to, let's see. Hold on. Let me get my life together. Where's the messenger? So I want to write a message. I got to find you. Shannon, Austin. No. Let me see. What's the best way? Because we're not friends. So I'm trying to do this with respecting everybody's time. Oh, I got you. So now I logged on. Hold on. I think I got it under control. For the nerd in me, send a message. Can I copy and paste this link? Let me see. Control V. Guest. Shannon, I sent you my link. So hopefully, let me know when you get it. It should come up. So we're going to test all of this. Okay, so this is cool. The model of the Lewitt, Chen, let me take off. And I got to figure this out. So like I said, this is my first time doing live. So I also have to mess around with the settings that I thought I had it, that it turns off automatically after 15 seconds, the comment that it comes off the screen. And I see it's not doing that. To answer your question, Chen, it's the Lewitt 240C is what I have. You can get it in white or in black. I have it in white because I wanted to show off and represent my personality. So I'm just making sure, because I know there's been some issues sometimes with people trying to call in for interview mode. So I want to make sure we have that. Hopefully we didn't lose Shannon. He's probably getting himself situated to do the interview. Excuse me. To come on. So yeah, I have and so for those of you guys that watch Live Streaming Pros, that's this model here, David from Live Streaming Pros. He has the Lewitt. Let's see. So you want to do a mic shootout of the AKG C214. I think definitely for us to talk more about mics, about gain, about more about settings in terms of setting the levels and things like that. I can tell you, for someone like myself who's a little bit more newer, I'm an amateur, right? Like, I'm a newbie. I'm learning. I want to learn. I'm hungry for knowledge. And I know that there's a bunch of us who want the same type of knowledge. And listen, we're all professionals at something. That's why we're on here, right? So, I like to consider myself a mortgage professional. That's what I do full time for work. I work in the finance industry. I'm a mortgage officer. And so that's my profession. I do first time homebuyer seminars. I do classes. Didn't get the DM. Shannon, so I sent it, but I know that it's blocked. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the chat, because it goes into, if we're not friends, it goes into, Facebook does this weird thing of like blocking it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the chat. Let's see. Hold on. Let me go into the live for the chat really quick. Where is it? Let me go in, put a comment. You guys are all going to see. You guys are all going to see my interview mode. Shannon, I put it on there. So now everybody's going to jump in on my welcome to Facebook. Exactly. Everybody's going to jump in on my live. Oh man, listen, you guys are putting me under pressure. I don't even have the setup for this is talk about live. That's good. This is how I learn. So when Shannon calls me, I did kind of do, let me see, is this one with an interview? Because I do have, right? Okay. So we're going to do, because I haven't even really set up scenes. Oh, that's my background. You guys are seeing the background. All right. So Shannon's trying to get situated. But yes, a shootout, I think, of different microphones will be pretty cool. I wish I had another XLR cable so that I would have been better prepared. But because I'm still so new, I only have one XLR cable. I can unplug my Lewitt. If you guys want to, let me know what you think. Do you guys want me to unplug the Lewitt and plug this one in? I'll hold on to it. I'll hold it like this, like a baby drinking a bottle. But I can plug it in. And if you guys want to hear what the Shure MV7 sounds like, let me know. I don't mind doing that and unplugging. Oh, Shannon's calling. All right, let's see. What do we got? I'm going to accept. Let me bring him on to the right. All right, I got Shannon on. What's going on? Okay. All right, so I don't hear you. Hold on. I got you muted. Give me 1 second. I'm going to unmute. Go ahead, Shannon. Say something.
I said I was
nope.
chilling. How you doing?
Still unmuted. Still muted. So make sure you're not muted. And I have done interview mode with someone else.
Can you hear me now?
Nope, I don't hear you. Let me see. Let me bring this up. Let me make sure.
You do not hear me.
See. All right. Let me see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on live demo mode, because make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. All right. So somebody heard Shannon very low. How about now? Yeah, no Skype logo.
How's now?
So it's
Keep
coming.
going.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Hey.
So I can see where it says interview mode. That's coming in that way. Let me see. Hold on. Nope. Okay, Shannon, say something.
Hey.
Listen. So
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, and I think everybody else heard. All right, so there's echo. I don't hear an echo. Do you hear an echo, Shannon?
No.
I don't hear an echo.
Oh, yes, I do actually.
And so this is.
Let me hold on because I'm using. Let me just shut.
I'm gonna turn off I'm gonna turn off live demo mode. I know what I did wrong. I'll tell everybody what I did wrong. I have headphones on. So, and so does he. I see he has headphones on. Yeah, there's an echo. I'm trying to see. So, okay. So I'm bringing the Rodecaster, and I'll tell you guys, I'm bringing the Rodecaster in.
Oh crap! Hold on.
Okay.
I see what's going on.
It could be me. Like I said, listen, an amateur, right?
I think it's me. That should be better.
Okay. So but now I hear myself echo. How about now? Okay, no echo now. All right. That's so weird. Hold on. How about I feel like a part of what the issue is because of how I'm bringing it in on the Rodecaster. And I'm going to turn off my logo for now. A part of how I'm bringing this in on the Rodecaster. And so for those of you guys that have the Rodecaster, let me know. I'm bringing the Rodecaster into my computer via USB. So I have the USB up. I don't know if that's an echo. No echo now. So no echo. Echo's back. No echo. This is weird. How about, okay, so can you guys hear my echo's back? Okay, so now it's gone. Okay, so hold on. Look in the menu bar and turn off all other input and audio sources. All right, Felicia, help me through this. Walk me through this. You feel the pain. So this is my first time. Oh, I don't. So not my first time. I did a live on Facebook with a nonprofit partner that I work with, and we didn't get echo. This is my first time hearing the echo. So Felicia, walk me through. So in the menu bar, turn off. How do I turn? I don't know how to do that. Don't kill me, guys. I literally just got the Rodecaster last week. Yeah, Shannon looks great. I'm trying to, I feel like it's something with me. I really do feel like it's something with me. Okay, in the menu bar, the Mac, turn down. All right, so let's go in. So I'm going to open up the echoes on his end, not on mine. Hold on. So how about, okay, so I hear myself now with an echo. No echo now, Shannon. And what I did was, and let me turn on demo mode because that'll help as well. Like Felicia, let me see. Let me go back to demo mode. I had turned it off. I'm turning on demo mode again. Let me go back to my sound preferences. All right, so sound preferences are off. But if I do output volume, it's on mute. How about that? So it's on mute. Shannon, can you say something? No. So I muted myself. That's not going to work. My echo's back. This is so weird. Chances are somehow, yeah, the Rodecaster has to be mixing the input. Shannon, how about now? Can you guys hear me? Yes, you guys can hear me. Shannon, can you say something? Let's see. Shannon, can you hear me? input, output. Shannon, can you guys hear me? Is it me? What did I do something here? Can you guys hear me now? Oh, this is weird. Trying to figure this out, guys. So, hold on. Okay, so output Rodecaster Pro. So I changed the output from Rodecaster Pro. I saw that. Okay. You guys can hear me. Shannon, can you hear me? I don't know. You can hear me? I don't know. Shannon's trying to figure it out. Okay, hold on. All right. So I realized, so the output now was on Ecamm. Now I put it on my Rodecaster. Input is on my Rodecaster. And I think you guys can hear me now. Regular. I'm going to move this over to this screen. I'm going to turn this off. Okay. Put this back on. Shannon, can you hear me? Shannon, can you hear me? I don't think Shannon can hear me, but I think you guys can hear me.
I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can hear you now.
I hear you, and I do not hear an echo. Everybody else. All right, so now we need feedback from everybody else. Okay. So, Shannon, I hear. Okay. Now I don't hear anything from you. I heard you before. So you just did something. I heard you before. You changed, right?
Do you hear me okay now?
Very slight echo. It's much better than what it was before. But it's in a very, now the echo's not as prominent, but it's better. Yeah.
I don't know why I have an echo at all.
Okay. So
Because I have on earpods. I put my earpods on.
yeah, so all right, they hear both of us. Shannon, I know you don't want to just sound crazy talking.
I'm
Right.
trying not to echo.
Right. Okay, so Felicia, I got live demo mode, so I know you guys can see that. So that box, echo cancellation disabled for current output. Let's go back here. So my output, I have it on my Rodecaster Pro, and my input is on Rodecaster Pro. Okay, so I'm going to mute everything, sound effects, system audio. Oh, is that what you're talking about, Felicia? I feel retarded. So now I muted everything except for interview mode. Mix minus, so Anselm, no, mix minus is not turned on, and I saw that in a video the other day. I don't know how to get to it. So how do I turn on, so it's in advanced, right? Send someone else a link to join, see if they have an echo. So John, the link is in the chat. I put it, click on the top of the chat. Okay, let me go back. Huh?
I love this.
I know, it's cool, right? Well, listen, exactly.
Yeah.
This is, and I know Loria was actually talking about this the other day because she had some issues on hers. All right, hold on. One thing at a time. So at advanced, I'm going to see this mix minus. Let me see. Audio. Is it in what operations? Hold on, I got some glare. Automatically mute outputs. No, that's not it. Where's that, the mix minus? Felicia. Oh, USB mix minus. Okay. Okay, so I just clicked it. I just clicked the USB mix minus on the Rodecaster. So we'll see if that helps. You guys let me know.
Any echo now?
Yeah, guys, is there echo now?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Shannon. We're good, and I do
can
not
hear
you,
and I don't hear any
echo. No echo. Okay, so we're good. What about you guys? Because what I did was I muted everything on Ecamm except for the Rodecaster Pro. Better. So this is better. Anselm said better. Anselm, also check out the scroll. Boom. Is that? I think we're good. Felicia with the Hold on. I gotta get these sound effects. I gotta take advantage of this Rodecaster. Wait a minute.
Right. So look. This India.
Yeah.
What I want to do, if I could try this, because I was on my Rodecaster and then I shut it down and just went to my earpods. So I turned on mix minus on it, and I would like to switch now to see if I can. All right, so
Let's do it. It seems like the gang that we got on here, everybody is with it. Everybody wants to be our tech support. This is amazing. Thank you so much, everybody. This is my first live, by the way. So thank you, y'all, for checking in. We got Shannon, who's going to show us some really good things. I do need a reggae horn. Send me some links. Let me know, because I got the whack links. No, I got to fix this, get some better sound effects. So now, Shannon, and do you have a fan or something? Because I heard, okay, now it went off. Now it's on. So we're hearing some background noise. That's off, right? Let me see. And I'm just going to go back and I'm going to scroll some comments. Let's see, what do we got? Bro, where can we get that hoodie?
Let me know if you can hear me.
Okay, Shannon, I need to tell you, you sound sexy and luxurious right now.
Do I sound? Cause look,
Wait, no.
I got my mic situation right here.
I wasn't expecting it. How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
Well, that was unexpected. You sound good. Espérate, hold on. The Spanish is going to come out. Espérate, hold on. Espérate, please wait.
I'm on just talking. The reason why I wanted to come on and share with you, and I love what you're doing, by the way.
Thank you.
Outstanding. Amazing. So I know now that I need to have on USB mix minus as well, because while I was we were both using Roadcasters in a certain mode, and it didn't like it. And I turned off Ecamm. I just started shutting stuff down. I was just like, shut it down.
Okay, so really quick, Shannon. So everybody, I raised the volume up. So a few things I'm noticing, guys. I'm noticing Shannon's video is delay, right? When he switched his audio, got out of sync with his voice. I noticed that too on my end. Shannon, you're coming in. I hear you, but it's not synced with your voice. I'm going back. And yeah, so I hear you fine on my end, but the gang is saying that your voice is low. And I'm sure with interview mode, you can see the comments. So let me see. When he switched his audio got out of sync with your voice. Okay. So again, trial and error, guys, right? So we fixed and I
see that I'm delayed too.
Yeah. Okay. So I upped the volume in interview mode on my end. You're at 85. So go ahead. Say something, Shannon.
Yeah.
Guys, what do you think? Let us know.
Yes.
His volume went low when he switched. Shannon is low. What kind of mic are you using? I think it has something to do with the setup. I do have it on live interview mode, so you guys can see, well, depending if you're looking from a cell phone or not, but you guys can see it's coming in. I have them. Even if I put it I'm going to keep it at 100%.
How is this? Is this any better?
Now that the mic echo's coming back.
The echo's coming back. All right.
So I'll definitely put in we've all, like, a lot of people have been talking about this, right? And for now, I'm going to turn off live demo mode. Hold on. Let me turn off so you guys can see us. We should be good. I will send some logs over to the guys on Ecamm. I have it. I'm going to put it on 90. So let's see. Anselm, I've had that sync issue before. To be honest, it just kind of fixed it on his own. I've read that, and I've been watching videos that eventually, I guess that's the latency, that eventually it'll catch up with itself, and the audio will get fixed. So Felicia said, awesome. Let me see. Can Shannon speak? Shannon, we got to get your sexy, sultry voice on there.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah.
It's a little bit of a delay.
Is it a delay for you too as well?
Yes.
India? Yep. It is.
Yep.
You know what's interesting? I'm gonna try to say this through the delay. I cannot select Ecamm as my camera in interview mode.
You're supposed to be able to do that because I know that Glenn
It's
and Glenn and Ken, right?
it's not an option. I see my webcam, I see my cam link, and I see my FaceTime HD camera, but I don't even see eCam as an option.
Okay, so Jake,
So why don't I do this? I'm going to log off
that's what I was gonna say. Try
and
logging
then
off and
log
log
back
back
in.
on. Yep, go ahead. Yep. All right, guys. So we're gonna hold off. He's gonna log off, log back in. I was gonna give that as a suggestion, so he popped off. Thank you. So happy to see you guys. Felicia, thank you so much. Jake, thank you so much. Anselm, thank you so much. You guys have been awesome. Yeah. So let's see what he says. Let's see. I'm waiting for him to log back in. Yeah, I know. Shannon is not syncing. Um, And so, okay, trial and error. So I guess this is really good. And I upped a lot of the volume. Let me know. Logging out. Okay, 2 a.m. All right, Chen, 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, damn. Thank you so much, Chen. I appreciate all of the feedback, all of the good comments. You encouraged me to make sure that I keep on with this stuff. So go to sleep. Good night. See you on the next one. Felicia, can he also move his hand from his mouth so we can check his voice? Yeah, I'll make sure I'll tell him. I'm just waiting for him to log back on and see where we're at. He might be shutting down everything. That was interesting. Okay, so thank you, Felicia, for telling me about the mix minus. That should help us with the USB setup and not getting an echo. I think when I fixed that on my end, that worked. He's also coming in from a Rodecaster. And so he was trying, that's what happened. So when we started talking about the USB mix minus settings on the Rodecaster, he went in at the same time I went in. He turned his off. I turned mine off. It fixed it, and then it messed up the delay, right? Chen is saying it was nice. Great folks. Yes, everybody is super cool on here. I love you guys. If anybody else wants to join, get some more people. Anselm, I think it was you that said to join. Anybody else, feel free. The link, let me put a live link. Hold on. Let me go back in. Get you guys on here. Can I copy and paste this? I just put my interview link back in the chat so it'll come up. Thank you so much, Felicia. Listen. All right, Shannon's calling. I'm going to finish that thought. Let's get Shannon back in. Let's test this out. All right, so we are going to add him back on the right. Okay, Shannon, you are back on.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I do not hear an echo. Now we need everybody else's feedback. And I know that there's a little bit of a delay with not you, so you can go ahead and do some talking because there was no delay before. So let's get you to say some stuff.
Well, one big thing that jumps out is Interview Live doesn't like Safari at all.
All right.
Everything I was doing was through Safari. I remembered I used Google Chrome.
Yeah.
I went over to Google Chrome and everything. I mean, well, not everything, but
right. And you sound much louder on my end. And so we
what
got,
about
all
everybody
right.
else?
So we got, I put some comments up on the screen. Fulgens, I think that's how you pronounce your name. Forgive me if I mispronounce it. Fulgen said, woohoo. Anselm, we said no echo. Jake, we got best. So let's get some cheesy applause on here.
I got some.
Let's get some real ones.
Hold
Felicia,
on.
we got boom. Let's make it happen, y'all.
I'm not playing. I'm dead serious.
There you go. I need these. I got.
Get fired on these bitches one time.
There you go.
Get fired on these bitches one time.
Yes. All right. So George popping on. Sounds good. That's what's up. Almost perfect.
Great.
Almost. Jake, why? What's the almost? Let's get this to perfect. Tell me.
Come on, J Money. Come on, J Money.
Jake, why almost perfect?
Almost.
Okay, cool. So some feedback. Let me get myself a little situated here. Logging back off.
So we're gonna talk about the fill game pattern, right? That's why I wanted to. Right?
Let's do this. I know.
I'm an audio engineer and touring guy. Have done recording and toured for a long time, and so in this new time and like kind of dispensation of virtual stuff like Zooms and podcasting and going live and people setting up rigs and doing all this other stuff. Like the one of the major things that's being lost, like a lot of people really focus on their video, how they look.
Right.
Me, I really focused on that. That was real important to me. Got a mirrorless camera, the
Right.
Sony A6400,
Yep.
great lens, the Sigma Art 18 to 35 lens. So, all that part was great, right?
Yep.
Even though I do not like how I'm looking on Chrome right now, I'm a little shiny.
You okay, but you look good. Your quality, and I'm sure everybody will say. So when you first jumped on, I'm trying to I can get in the frame, fix everything up, right? When you first jumped on, it was choppy.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
second time, it was choppy, and then it kicked in, and you are crystal clear.
Wow.
Like your
So
lighting is
really,
tight. You're good.
so wow. Well, and I'm using natural light. It's crazy because a browser makes a difference.
And
The
they've been
browser
saying that.
makes
And so I want to give you we'll go into some of the comments. Jake said that the reason why he said almost perfect was a little reverb on Shannon's voice, and maybe it's your room.
it's my room.
Okay.
I have no treatment in my room at all.
Okay. Got it. And
So
then
Jake's got a good ear.
there you go. Yeah, a newbie like me, I wouldn't have known. You sound good. Let's see. Fulgen said troubleshooting is very helpful. Logging off and back on is not convenient in live situations. I hope Ecamm. And I agree, right? Because again, like I mentioned before, we're nerds. We're obviously that's why we're all here and we're helping each other out because we're nerds at a different level. So that's okay with us. But how I've mentioned a few times, I'm working with, chairmen of the boards, nonprofits, executive directors. They don't want to be bothered with stuff like this. So Ecamm, please fix it. Please fix it.
Fix it.
Please make it, or I don't know, something, work on it, because it's not a good look when we're trying to do this stuff. It's all fun and games, troubleshooting, but when we're trying to do this professionally in our real world, I don't want to go through stuff like that. Let me see. Jake
So
is
now,
a musician.
that's
Go
good.
ahead.
It's good also too to, try as many environments that you can test stuff in.
Right.
Like so do lives that aren't live. Like go live to yourself and invite somebody
Private,
else.
exactly, 100%. Right,
Do
kind of the
private
way we're
lives,
doing. Right.
right. Just really, giving yourself an opportunity to kind of work through the capabilities and where things could go wrong and creating. I wouldn't have even thought to go to the mix minus, but when someone
Right.
mentioned it, it was like,
Right.
mix
That makes
minus.
sense. Right. 100%. Felicia said, "Is
Right.
was that a makeup sponge you had for your head for
Yes,
your shine?"
yes, yes. I have a whole. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Hold on.
Felicia, you caught that. No passing you. She said, "Wait, hold up. Is that a makeup sponge?"
I got a whole
Oh, snap.
bin of them, right? Because I bought some from Sally's, right? Because for me, my complexion and I get oily,
Right.
and I said my mother.
Same here.
I
I got it
remember my
too.
mother before church. My mother would pull this red thing out of her purse,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And just would say, "Oh, you're shiny," and would do all of that,
Right.
right?
Right.
And I was like, I gotta get the shiny thing.
I know. Yeah, no, I need
Right?
that. Now I need that because 100%, because like I am, and my friends, my business friends that I send the videos to, you can see I'm shiny as well. So now I'm going to go this
Sally's.
weekend. I got you. I'm going to
Sally.
pick some up. Yes, pick some up. I
Sally's,
got
right?
you.
So,
All right,
so
let's
I don't want to
talk.
keep you because
Yeah.
you're doing stuff, right?
all good.
I wanted to talk to you about the field game pattern. So, and as you were talking about the audio interfaces, great decision on your part to move from the to the Rodecaster,
Yeah,
and from the
it was the Motu,
what was
the
it?
Motu
The
M2.
Motu.
Yep.
And Motu makes good stuff. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong.
Yeah.
Motu makes amazing stuff. But having an understanding of the fact that there's a mic pre inside
Right.
and that your mic preamp is the thing that's able to amplify the signal, the low voltage signal that is the microphone. And
Right.
I'm looking up because the microphone is
Up
right
there.
here.
Yep.
The low voltage signal of the microphone, it helps to boost that, right? So you have a mic preamp.
Right.
So you have a microphone, right? And then you have the gain adjustment
Right.
on your mic preamp. On ours, it's you go to what is that? You go
It's
to
you press the mic that you're on, you press a
channel,
setting, right? Yeah,
you
mic
go to
a
channel
level.
one,
Right.
then you go to level, right?
Right.
That's the gain. That's where the gain is. And that goes from like 0 to I don't know, 30 or 40, something where in there. Mine is set to
Right.
25 right now, right?
Right.
So just you got a knob
Right.
or a slider, right?
Right.
And so here's your microphone, that microphone that you're on, the
Right.
beautiful Lewitt.
Yep.
Lewitt makes great microphones.
Yep.
They're out of Australia, right?
Yeah.
So you have the microphone and you have the element. If it's a condenser element or a
Right.
dynamic element, it
Right.
doesn't matter. Or a ribbon element. It
Right.
doesn't make a difference. But you
Right.
have a
Right.
condenser, I believe,
Right.
right?
Yep.
So you have phantom power on it
Correct. Yep.
from the right. So
Yep.
imagine my fist. This right here is the fill gain pattern,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
When you turn the gain up on your preamp, on your Rodecaster, on your Motu, on whatever you have, whatever you own,
Yeah.
right? The fill gain pattern, as you let's say you're turning it up like this, the
Right.
fill gain pattern does this.
Okay, so let's stop right there. Hold on. Because now on the Rodecaster, right? And again, if I have this because I'm a newbie, I'm sure other people have this. So on the Rodecaster, you have sliders on the physical sliders. So we'll separate it this way, right? So you have physical sliders, and you just said that that's the fader. So I want you to talk a little bit about that. But we have the physical sliders, and then, and I probably should have, it would have been cool if I would have, I'll try to do it while you start explaining. Then you go onto the onboard settings of the Rodecaster itself. So if you click on, I'm using one, you click on the onboard settings, there's something called level. And then on level itself, you can go up from 0 all the way down.
Yes.
So you mentioned the physical sliders are the fader. Talk a little bit about that. And then talk about why that's different from the level. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a cable and connect my iPhone to show you guys on the Rodecaster live. So I'm going to step out. Go ahead. Do the difference. Yep.
Okay. So the fader, the fader on the mixer, like the Rodecaster, because so you do have regular audio interfaces that might have 2 mic inputs, might have 1 mic input. That doesn't have a fader. You need to utilize some sort of software to get a fader for that, right? But on the Rodecaster is this montage of a mixer, of a audio interface, of a sound effects machine, and then it also gives you mic pre's, right?
Yep.
4 mic pre's. So when you have these mic pre's, are the mic pre, which is that section in that you were talking about, the software section, not fader.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
That software section that controls the microphone preamp. That is where the adjustment for the microphone preamp is.
Okay, so let me see if I can bring this camera on really quick. Hold on. Can I bring this on? Okay, so you guys check this out. All right.
Oh, perfect.
Let's do it this way. Okay. So sorry guys, shaky hands on my cell phone. Okay. What we were talking about in the very beginning, and I'll try to get this way in the frame. This is the Rodecaster Pro, y'all, right? What I was talking about, these physical buttons, this is fader, right? So this is how you fade in and out. This is what he was just talking about. Then what you can do is you can go on to onboard settings. So right now I only have one microphone connected, so it's going to be on 1. So I'm going to go home, show you guys this way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my Elgato key light to get some of that glare off. Let me go back, turn that off. That's better. Okay, cool. So this is what it normally looks like. We're going to click on 1. And now, so you got a few different options there, right? So we have what he was talking about here are the levels. That's the gain itself, right?
Yes, the gain itself.
There you go. Go ahead, Shannon.
right?
I
And
didn't
so
want
you see how if you, while you're talking,
to. Mm-hmm.
if you and Roadcaster, the Rode has made it idiot proof, right?
Yes.
So see that little green lane
Yep.
that you
As I
have?
talk. Yep. There you go. Yep.
Right. So what they're saying is we want you to adjust your gain or adjust your level until it comfortably sits within that green lane.
So I'm gonna
If
do some
you're sitting
talking.
within that green lane,
Yep.
then you are right where you need to be. A little above is fine,
Right. So you see, because I
right?
do talk louder, you see, I'm right, depending on when I talk and how close I get to the mic and things like that. But if I'm talking kind of like this, right, you see, I'm right in the green. And I did watch that on a video and I tried to
Right.
make sure that's how it was. So go ahead.
Right. So the fill gain pattern,
Yep.
the goal of any microphone is to amplify the source as cleanly as possible without any noise,
Okay.
right? So you want to keep the fill gain pattern as tight as possible
Okay.
because based on and I don't want to get too deep into things, but based on the pattern, every microphone has a polar pattern,
Right.
right? And so you want that pattern to be as tight as possible because the only thing you want to pick up is the source.
Okay.
That's why, based on how some microphones are designed and how open your fill gain pattern is, will determine if you're picking up fan noise,
Right.
if you're picking up noise in your ambient environment,
Right.
right? So
Right.
you want to
Yep.
keep that as tight as possible.
Okay.
So do you feel like you're leaning into the mic or do you feel like you're sitting comfortably in front of the mic?
Right now, well, now so normally, yes, a lot of times I do lean into it. So I'm going to put the camera down, guys, for a quick second. Hold on. So normally, yeah, I'll lean in naturally. I have my elbow on the desk. I'll lean in kind of like this, right? So if
Right?
I'm sitting comfortably, this is me sitting comfortably. And you can see, and I'll change it. I mean, I guess I'm still kind of, right? I'm going to go back so you guys can see here. So I'm still kind of in the green as I'm talking comfortably. And I guess you guys can let me know what you think, how that sounds. Shannon, of course, feedback.
It sounds great. It sounds
Okay.
great. You sound great. So now let's do this exercise.
Okay, let's
I
do
want you to
it.
turn your level all the way down.
All like to zero, all the way down?
Your level all the
Okay.
way down
So let's do this. So
to whatever. I think it just goes to 0.
yep.
Okay, talk now.
Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello.
You sound distant. Okay,
Okay.
go over to your fader.
All right, let me hold on. Let me grab this. I'm gonna take this off. Okay. Yep.
Go over to your fader
Yep.
and see that you have kind of a white line, kind of that line. Put that black line in line with the white line. All right, stop right there. All right. Now, let me see do you have headphones on? Yeah. Let me see your headphone level. It should be one. Is it okay? So you are. Wow, that's kind of loud. Okay. Put that at 11 o'clock. All right. Stop there. Now, go back to your level, your mic pre-level, right? Now, I want you to talk, and I want you to turn that up until I tell you to stop. But I need you to talk while you're doing it.
Okay. So I'm hitting plus. I'm trying to look at the mic. Hit plus. I'll go a little bit more slowly.
Stop.
Okay. I'm
Stop.
stopped. Okay. All right. I'm
I
stopped.
hear you perfectly now.
Okay. That's interesting.
Whereas before,
Yeah.
you were in the 20s.
Right. I was 22, I think. Yep.
Right.
Okay.
But I hear you perfectly now. And now, the one thing that I don't hear, one thing, if you want to sound, of course, you don't want to sound with all your banking clients.
Right.
If you want to sound more sexy,
I don't know. Maybe listen. Wait, hold on.
then
I might
lean
wanna
into the
sound sexy
microphone.
because if that's what gets me a deal, hello, I'm a
Right.
commission-based loan
Right.
officer. If that's what it takes.
I love it. Right. So look, this is what, when you lean into a microphone, the
Yeah.
microphones are designed with this thing called proximity effect.
Right.
The closer you get to the microphone, the more full and deep and rich your voice becomes.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
right?
Yep.
So we have tightened your fill gain pattern, so you're not picking up a bunch of ambient stuff.
Okay.
And we have you at a conversational level. Now I'm going to ask you to bump that up. What does that say? 12? 13?
13. 13.
I want you to bump it up to 16.
Okay. So we're going to do
Stay where
this.
you are in proximity, but I
Okay.
want you to bump it up to 16.
All right. So now I'm bumping this up 13, 14.
So now this is pillow talk for me now,
pillow talk.
right?
Hey,
You
what's
you're
up?
that close.
Right.
Like
Okay.
you feel that close. Now
Right.
you hear yourself, right? In your headphones.
I hear you more than what I hear me. I hear myself very low. I hear myself naturally the way we normally hear ourselves without of the headphones. I don't hear it too much on the headphones, honestly. And my fiance yells at me all the time because I swear I'm deaf and she says I'm not. So there's other issues going on there.
Right. So now for you to hear yourself,
Right.
and I'm going to hear you louder as well,
Right.
just push that fader up just like to the next line.
Okay. So we're going to push the fader here,
Right.
number 1. We're going to
Right.
push this up. I'm
To,
going to
to
zoom
that to the
in.
next white line.
Okay.
Now talk.
All right.
Now
So, yeah.
you sound like you are in this room where I am, and based on how
Interesting.
I have my adjustments
Okay.
on my headphones and
Got
things
it.
of that nature.
Got it.
But we got you to the point that we're not picking up any more of your room. Now you hear my room
Right.
more so than, because my room literally is, there's no furniture, like it's
Right.
everything is hard surfaces.
And let me give you some feedback. So, we got the group is they're cracking jokes because I said flirting with money. Yes, Anselm, if I flirt, chances are, and let's keep it real. And I don't want to offend anybody, but if you're a guy and I'm flirting with you, chances are I'm trying to get something out of you because I'm into women. That's one. And hopefully I didn't offend any of you guys. Just trying to make you guys laugh. But on some serious notes, so we did have Carlos and Felicia both said that I sound a little bit low.
To them.
Yes, to them. They said that I'm a little low for them. Excuse me.
Okay, so we did. So because remember, we made adjustments,
Right.
but they might not have.
Okay.
So if they would have come on a live and you were talking like this, they
Right.
would turn you up.
Right, on the volume on
Because
their
remember,
computer.
you turned yourself on.
Right. Okay.
And because you were so much louder, they didn't have to have you as loud.
Okay.
So
And
it's a game.
right. Okay. So Full Gen said I sound great now, and then Carlos said compared to your audio. So what I will say, guys, and let me turn on live demo mode because guys, lots of different things on here. Live demo mode, right? Now there's an option for interview mode down here for the interview audio. And because of the issue that we had the first time before he dropped in, one of the suggestions, because Shannon was sounding really, really low, they told me to increase the volume on Shannon, and I have it on 90. My Rodecaster is on 73, and Shannon, I don't know if you can see that on your screen, but what if we bring you down? I'm going to bring you down. I'm going to match it maybe to about 73. And maybe in comparison, I guess let's do some of that. Because I think that's also affecting it. Because technically, I brought you in as my interviewee. I increased your volume the first time because we were having all those issues. And I never changed it back down.
And mind you, also my sound, because I'm using Ecamm now.
Yeah.
My sound level in Ecamm is, hold on, let me make sure that let me check my audio.
I'm going to turn off my phone as well for now. I'll turn it back on. Okay. So, and while you do that stuff, I know there were some serious questions. Everybody was joking around. Anselm, you're funny. But let's get I want to go back because they did have some questions that I'm sure you can answer or some comments.
Okay, sure enough.
So, and I didn't really listen. I was doing some comparison, but this is much better. We can, if you got time, I got time. Let's help the group out. Let's do this.
I got time.
Okay.
I got time.
All right, cool. Let's see. I'm just going back to my comments really quick. So Anselm said back, she is low, but only in comparison to Shannon. Let me see. Can we go back? Hold on, because Felicia had another question. Oh, right here. I'm just going to put it back on the screen so everybody can see. Shannon, as you're talking about leaning in, are you talking condenser, dynamic, or ribbon mics?
Any microphone has a proximity effect. Every microphone has a proximity effect. And so as you lean into any microphone element, it will automatically boost the low end frequency of the source. So if you want it to sound thinner, move the microphone away from the source.
Right.
Right. So, that's one of the reasons why they made, the SM7B and
Right.
the RE20, like they're all designed to accentuate low end. And so the radio announcer would get right in the microphone and they could
Right.
just, you got the smooth voice that they have. But if you move them away from that microphone, it won't sound as smooth.
Right.
Right. Or if you open up the fill gain pattern, but you don't want a fill gain pattern that's open, so open that it's picking up. Like you should be,
Right.
if we're quiet right now, you can hear I have a MacBook Pro.
Right.
You can hear the fan.
Right.
We don't want that.
Right.
And I have a shotgun directional microphone.
Yeah.
But my gain is up high. My gain is real high.
Okay.
Right. But all of this is working together. It has to work together for us to deliver that really impactful and present audio that turns people on to wanting
Right.
to either tune in or sign the contract
Right.
or
Right.
or whatever, right?
Felicia asked another question. I'm sure this was with the Rodecaster Pro, and I don't mind doing it. You guys have to just walk me through the steps. She asked, can we go into the voice strength and tone setting to check those settings? So I'll tell you guys, and let me put the phone back on so you guys can see. Go back this way. I got to turn off my key light to get rid of that glare. I'll tell you guys, I didn't change any of that. I don't even remember where to get it, those settings. Where I know that it's the strength, right, of medium, strong, medium, and soft, I think. So she wanted to check and tone the same thing. So
Is she talking about on the Rodecaster?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to try to find that. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, so Felicia, if you can walk us through that, because I don't remember, because I know that I accessed it before the firmware, and then I forgot. Okay, select voice, select tone. No, on the Rodecaster. Yeah, so I'm on the Rodecaster, and so let me go back. Hold on.
When you say select voice, what do you mean?
There was, I know before the firmware, I don't know. So, where? Because on the Rodecaster, there's settings that you can choose the tone, and it's like soft, medium, and strong for both the tone and the type of voice. Felicia,
I've never seen that.
Yeah. So I'll wait for her to put another comment because I know it's somewhere on the Rodecaster, and I'm trying to look information.
Come on, Fifi. I done chopped her name all the way up.
That's all right. Let's see.
This delay is crazy.
What with the comments coming in or?
No. Well, I'm using Ecamm now.
Yeah.
To come to you in the interview mode, and now I'm bypassing the cam link using Ecamm.
Yeah.
And the delay is crazy. Like the delay is.
All right, so let's go back. Yeah, and a lot of people have complained about the delay. All right, so Felicia said on microphone. So let's go back. So I'm going to go back to channel 1, microphone, then in level. So I'm going to click on, so there's microphone. So look, Felicia, I don't have that voice. They took that off. Right? So there's 4. And so Felicia, my question to you is, when have you updated your firmware to your Rodecaster? Because When I got it last week, it had the old firmware, and now I don't have that anymore. I updated the firmware literally before I did anything. I plugged it in. And Shannon doesn't have it on his. So we have some more questions. What are any, okay, so and Shannon, I don't know if you can answer this, any viable competitors to the Rodecaster?
There are no competitors to the Rodecaster.
Right? Yeah.
There are great audio interfaces, and if anything is close, something that might come close is Ecamm,
Right.
because you have, we got our sound effects,
Right.
we got
I
our,
think
and
so for
you can
Mac,
load sound effects in.
I think the biggest thing, so for Mac, the Rodecaster is it, because I think on PC, right, there's the Go XLR, and that's what I was looking at, because the Go XLR, I would say, is the only competitor. But then for us that are using Ecamm, that's technically non-existent. It's not a competitor, because Go XLR is only for PC computers. They have not, for whatever reason, you can't use it on a Mac, but it does the same thing. There's like, it actually does a little bit more than the Rodecaster. But to the research that I've done, Rodecaster is kind of the only one.
But now is the Go XLR, does it connect it connects via USB, correct?
Yep. Yeah.
Can you use it as a separate audio interface as well? So
I believe so.
will the computers see it as really?
Yep. Yeah.
Why did I choose? Because I know I did research the Go XLR, and I was going back and forth, and I was like, nah, I'm getting more bang for my. Oh, the Go XLR only has one XLR input.
There you go. And right, the Rodecaster
That
has
was it.
4. Yeah. Yeah.
That was it. That was it. And the Rodecaster had 4.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
so I guess there is some competition, but
There is,
not
yeah.
real competition. If you get more bang for your buck.
Right. Carlos asked if still in beta. I'm not sure if you're referencing Ecamm Live or if you're referencing the Rodecaster Pro. Either way, I'm running both. So I am in the beta group for Ecamm Live, but this where I brought Shannon in, and when I started my live stream, it was actually on regular Ecamm. And then the same thing for the Rodecaster. This is the legit firmware that just came out. Hopefully that answers your question. Felicia said she was going to check her firmware. And then Anselm said on his end, no delay, audio is good, sync is good. So what I'm transmitting to everybody with both of our feeds, everything looks great.
Do I seem delayed to you?
Not to me, no. We're having a conversation, like legit on FaceTime. If anything, better quality, right? Because the microphone and the cameras are better. So this is much more enjoyable as opposed to FaceTime. Let's see. Carlos.
I FaceTime with my cam link now.
I know. I haven't really, the only one I really FaceTime is my mom and stuff like that. But it's like, I want to, right? Like I want to have an opportunity to FaceTime with my DSLR.
Serious crop though. Serious crop.
Right.
FaceTime seriously crops it. It's like, yo,
right.
You can't see what
right.
I'm doing.
Carlos says that for Mac, there are plenty of options, but it depends on what features you're looking for. Yeah. And that's why I mentioned the Go XLR in terms of the cool, but you know what? And I don't think the Go XLR has, so they have audio processing. I don't know if they have a built-in noise gate. And for those of you that logged on in the very beginning, that was my biggest reason why I chose the Rodecaster to help out with that noise gate. Let's see.
Felicia says she's running 2.1, which is what I'm running.
That's weird, Felicia, because we both, and you saw I put it on the screen. We both have and I noticed that it disappeared. Yeah, and I'll try to mess around with it. Anyone else that's watching that has a Rodecaster, if you guys can point us in the direction of where those features are for, it was the tones. It was 2. It was the strength, I think, voice strength and then voice tone. And it's soft, medium, and strong, I think. So I know what you're talking about, Felicia. I know you're not crazy, but I don't remember seeing it. Carlos, as far as apps to live stream, he uses Mimo Live. It has ISO and audio recording and podcasting. Okay. Let me see.
He said ISO. Did he say ISO?
Yeah, it has, I guess for the lighting, the ISO. Let me see what else. I'm trying to look. I'm going through some more audio settings. Yeah, I don't know. For me, I think it kind of disappeared on my end.
And for me, I've never seen it.
So I've seen it because I'm a big researcher when I do stuff. So I'm a huge researcher when I do stuff. So definitely, if you go back and you start checking out some older Roadcaster videos, you'll see when people are talking about the effects, what it is. But I don't remember, like, once I updated it. I saw it, like I said, once I first took it out the bag, but then I don't remember seeing it anywhere now. That's so weird. So Fulgen said the same thing. Let me bring my camera back on. Hold on, because he said the same thing. So let me add the camera back on. He said the same thing as Felicia. It should be next to audio processing, and it looks like it's missing. So, yeah. So guys, look, let me go through the steps. So I'm going to go into 1, right? Because I only have 1 mic connected. And when I click on 1, that's the 3 right there. That's all I have. And Shannon is saying that's the same
all
thing.
I have.
All right, hold on. Because I did have, let me minimize the stuff. And I'm trying to see Rodecaster Pro. And unless you guys are on beta, maybe? What do we got? So we have some people asking questions. Maybe, definitely not for me. Jake asked, what about the Zoom P8? Carlos or Anselm, somebody else. I saw somebody asked, hold on. Zoom live track.
Zoom makes very good audio interfaces. Very, very good audio interfaces. If you're just trying to get audio into your computer, multiple audio into your computer, 4 mics, and you need to listen to that, like that's more of like what we call an ENG setup. So if you're shooting, if you're doing audio for video, if you're you're getting content, you're out in a remote location. These Zoom makes outstanding audio interfaces with great mic pre's, great D to A conversion. You're not going to go wrong with a Zoom device,
right?
In my opinion. But if you are live casting, if you are podcasting, if you are doing anything, if your content is centered around that, then you just can't go wrong. The fact that you can bring a Bluetooth device in, the fact that you can bring in anything from your computer via that USB, the fact that you can connect a phone, the fact that you have the sound effects that are readily here available, the fact that you can record via an SD card or micro SD card on the back, and you have 4 microphone inputs, and you can monitor, hook up speakers and use it for the room, and you have headphones. Like
it's crazy. I agree. And that's why I said, and I wanted to show. So I went and I looked at the firmware. I'm putting that up on the screen. I'm also, check that out. I'm on firmware 2.1 version 2.1.0. That's my latest firmware. Full Gen saying the same thing. So that's interesting. I will send a message to Rodecaster. I don't know, because I don't know if it's a glitch or what it is. Clearly, there's something that's going on. Me and Shannon don't have it. You guys haven't. I know I had it before. Maybe it's an additional setting somewhere buried. You got to turn it off and on. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that's going on, right, with that.
Well,
so Jake,
let me see something.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Jake, I only use the Apollo Twin X. And Jake, you asked me earlier while Shannon looks into his Rodecaster. You did ask earlier. So no, I'm not on Chrome. I started a live directly from Ecamm Live. I was doing a video, trying to record a video on comparing the mics that I have, the SM7. That's what started there. I was trying to talk to you guys about this Shure MV7, the Shure MV7, the new pod mic, and the Lewitt 240. And instead of doing the recording, I said, you know what? Let me hit live. This will be a great opportunity to go ahead and, talk to the crew, get some experience and stuff like that. So I'm not using Chrome. I was doing a live by myself using Ecamm Live. And then Shannon jumped on. He heard what I was talking about, and he said, hey, Indy, I'll jump on your interview. I sent him the link, and he jumped on. So that's kind of to answer your question.
So you don't have a browser open at all,
No.
India, huh?
No.
That's crazy.
No. Yeah. It's insane. So the very first time I used interview mode, I was in beta, and it was with Angel. He's on Ecamm as well. I forget Angel's last name, but he does marketing, and we did interview mode, just me and him one-on-one. It wasn't even a live. I just recorded it, and he just wanted to talk to me, right? The second time I did live was I work with a nonprofit housing partner, and they wanted me to do a seminar, a presentation on debunking the myths of refinancing. That was cool, because what I did was I produced a show. So I spoke to the executive producer. I told her, she gave me what she wanted to do. I had my presentation separate. And then what we did was the day of the show, about an hour and a half before the show, she sent me her logo ahead of time. And so I prepped my scenes for her nonprofit agency. She sent me the logo, and because we're friends, because you can do it one of two ways. They can either give you the stream key and stream directly to their Facebook page, but because we're friends and I do a lot of work with the nonprofit agency, she actually just made me an admin of the page. And so I made sure that I had admin rights, and then about 2 hours before the actual live stream, we just did test runs. I tested all of the scenes. I tested her logo. I made a scene where she came in just on her own, right? So I took myself off and I brought her in. So now we see, right, Shannon's beautiful background with his screen and his image. Hey, y'all, what's going on, right? And then, so I had a scene just for my friend Jessica to come in and do the introduction. Then I brought myself back in, right? And then I focused, when I did my presentation on the refinancing, I took Jessica out, right? And I only did my piece, kind of like that. And I was live producing it the same way I'm doing it now, right?
You
It was
were killing it.
This is how I did it.
You were killing it.
Right?
You were killing it, because that's
so,
crazy what you just did.
Thank you. Right. And so it's crazy. Right. So I am a budding entrepreneur. I would love to help out small business owners and professionals in the industry do what we already know we can do. A lot of people just need help, right? They don't know where to go, where to start. And that's kind of what I did. And I was hooked when I did all of that stuff where I set up the scenes. I had a lower third for her. I had her logo. I had my stuff. I brought her in. Nobody knew, she introduced me. I brought us in side by side. I did my seminar. I went, and I'll show you guys real quick. I did the seminar kind of like this, right? I brought myself in this way, then let me go back to interview mode. Hold on. Let me get myself together. Hold on. I brought myself back. I closed her in. Guys, it's crazy, the stuff that we can do. And just thinking out of the box, I think the biggest thing with all of this stuff is that, Anselm wants to hear the other mic. So I'm going to have you talk. I'm going to finish my pitch. I'm going to have you talk and distract people while I switch on the other mic, right? But what I'll say is, definitely. But for me, what I'll say is that I think a lot of people think of this stuff, and even maybe some of us in the group, right, are to do lives and to do different things. And it's dude, if you use the tools the right way, it's crazy how you can really capitalize. And for me, I would have never even thought to produce a show. I'm a newbie. I don't know none of this stuff, but because I love this stuff and I'm a nerd and I want to be able to give my message out to the community, it was all right, we're going to make this happen. And literally I prepared that production, I think in 2 hours. Literally, it was 2 hours. All right, so let's go back. I'm going to go. So some people were.
So you want to switch the mic, right? So this is what the
Let's
roadcaster can do. While you're about to switch out your mic, this is what the roadcaster can do, because I ain't got that much to say, but I can.
Hey. All right, so let's do it. I'm gonna mute myself because I don't want you guys to hear all the noise, the clunkering. So I'm gonna mute, and feel free to ask questions. What's up, Israel? So I do have the setting on Ecamm that you can record the broadcast automatically. So if it's not automatically recording, I'll put that on YouTube and share the link. Let me mute myself real quick, and I'm just gonna unplug and do the settings so you guys can hear the SM7. I'll be right back, y'all. Can you guys hear me? Hello, I'm back. All right. So let's see. So really quick. So I'm talking to you guys. I'm holding it because I didn't want to go through the hassle. I have one boom arm. I didn't want to do all of that stuff. Let me go through some comments really quick. Anselm, I put this on. Let's see.
That Lewis sounds so much better.
Doesn't it? Thank you. And so
Oh
I'm
my
going to
goodness.
I'm going to try to do this two-handed, and maybe you can help me with the settings. That's what, I'll be honest with you guys. This is why I decided to do the live stream, because I have a recording, and I'll probably still do that. I started to do a recording comparing the two, and I started off with my Lewitt recording, because it's already set up, right? And then I plugged in the Shure, and I changed the settings. So I want you guys to know. Let me see if I can do this way. Hold on. Now I'm going to geek out real quick. Let me add on the screen, the Pro Max. All right, hold on.
Do you only have 2 cables?
I only have one.
Oh, 1 cable rather?
One XLR cable. Yeah, I only have one XLR cable. So, okay. So what I did, guys, was obviously I went into the settings, right? I'm going to turn off phantom power because this is a dynamic mic, right? So phantom power needs to be off, right? Go back. Microphone setting, I did change it. It is on dynamic setting, right? And the level, this was the level that I had it at when I was testing. I did have it on 35 to kind of get myself right there in, in that green. And I wasn't, honestly, let me just turn this off so I can talk to you guys again really quick. I wasn't impressed. First of all, okay, so I have to get it like this. So if I get it like this, I'm sure you guys, it sounds much better. You guys let me know what you think. You can hear it. But like we were talking about before, if I'm talking to executives on a call, you can't see my whole face. You can't see my mouth, right? And that's not professional when I'm talking to a CEO or an executive director or something like that. I want people to see, I want people to see me. And if I have it like this, that's not what, I can have it up a little bit, but again, it's still, I tried it at different angles to get the best sounding quality. And I'm like right on.
And it sounds so much, you pull it away, it sounds so much thinner.
Right.
Than, yeah.
Right. Let me go through some comments real quick. Let's see, what do we have here? So we're listening to the MV7. Let me see. Full Gens, you produce nonprofit content, very inspirational. Thank you. Let's connect. Let me know how we can talk. I'd love to be a part of that because there's financial literacy altogether. So definitely hit me up. I'll try to communicate. Let's see. Howie. Hey, Howie. Link to which product are we talking about? Are we talking about the Roadcast? We've been talking about a lot of different products. So let us know. Let's see. Sounds like the Shure SM7B. So the MV7, it sounds like, maybe. And again, Shannon, I'm sure I did. So you saw, right? So before you helped me with the setup, I had my level, my gain at 22. And then with all of the help that you gave me, we lowered it down. So I think I'm at 16, right? Let me go back to the camera. I have it here. Let me just put the camera back on the screen. I'm trying to do this all, guys, well. Hold on. Right, so I'm at 35, and then the fader, we raise it a little bit so we can hear myself, right? So it's right above unity, right there, one notch.
Oh, you said unity.
I be doing my research.
You said unity. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute, Mr.
I be doing
Jackson.
my research. Okay, listen, you got if you're gonna do this, you have to sound educated, right? So let's go back to it, guys. Right, so I have it one notch above unity. My levels on the gain is at 35. I'm right there, so it's not even like I'm under, right? The levels is not under the green. I'm right in the middle where you're supposed to be. Let's go back. So Anselm, no real improvement. There's no. I thought, listen, that Lewitt mic, it looks sexy, right? It looks. Can I get this back in for y'all?
It sounds so much. You sound sibilant.
Right.
If you know what semblance is, you sound sibilant.
Let's talk about that because I kind of don't know. So let's talk a little bit about semblance because No. So tell me, what is it?
Semblance is when your S's and C's are over accentuated. And so you hear people talking seashell spides. You hear
Right.
they don't have a lisp or anything, but those syllables are accentuated. We call it
Right.
semblance.
Right.
And so there's a certain frequency range, anywhere from 8K on up, or 6.3, 6K on up
Right.
to maybe 8 to 10 is the sibilant range. And it's different for male voices and female
Right.
voices. And it's very distracting. If you hear it
Yeah.
over and over again, it's very distracting.
Yeah.
And so that Lewitt sounds so much fuller, so
Right.
much
I noticed that.
richer, so much. Now
Yep.
I would be interested to know where your high pass filter setting
So
at
let's go
all.
back. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Let me go through some more settings, some more comments really quick, because you guys are now we got their attention. They're waking up. Let's see. Carlos, yes. So you're right, and I did say that in my video. 100% right. This mic, it's called the boxes on the floor, but this mic is called the podcast mic, right? It's the Shure MV7 podcast, right? So definitely I agree. It's designed to be close. It is a podcasting mic. And that's what I said in my video. You know, if I'm not doing actual videos and having it this close, I guess that's okay. But also, when you think about it, what if you do want to do a video the way we're doing, or you're doing a live? I would rather have a mic that does everything, and I don't have to worry about, oh, this mic is not for this. No, I want an all-in-one kind of mic. So yes, it's designed to be close and reduces ambient noise. Let me see. So Felicia is saying the same thing as you. The Lewitt mic is the bomb, and I'm telling you, I watch Live Streaming Pros. David from Live Streaming Pros. That's what he has. It looks sexy, right? It looks white. I'm gonna turn off my camera so you guys can see the mic again. This is a sexy looking. Can I get you guys right? Like, this mic is sexy, right? It's an attention getter. I like it. It pops. So it looks good, but it sounds good, like 100%. Let me see. You have to, so let's go back. Carlos is saying you have to use the Shure software. Well, Carlos, the Shure software you can only use through USB. The Shure software, I don't think, if I have it connected to XLR, that software becomes a moot point, because now I'm connected to the interface, right? So the Shure software, so you're right, because I have watched videos, but that's not the point. Then that eliminates the need for the Rodecaster, and I need the Rodecaster, like I said, for like the noise gate and all that extra stuff. But that was a good point. Anselm, right, there we go. There's the answer. Let me see. A mic that does everything is the Yeti. Yeah, I mean, that was my first mic. But again, for a situation kind of like mine, the gain, it's not, when you really want to dial in, it's great for a starter mic. And I love it. I'm glad that I started it. But I think for a starter mic, it's not, you want to be able to control things, right? To get it really dialed in. Felicia, yes, the Lewitt is a condenser mic, and the Shure MV7 is a dynamic microphone. And that's why I wanted to test out the dynamic microphone, because everybody says dynamic microphones are better at rejecting noise. The Lewitt does a great job combined with the Rodecaster, rejecting the noise with that noise gate. That's what I'm probably going to stick with. Let's see.
Well,
Go ahead.
but we got to understand, it's not the mic in and of itself. Like, the mic is not necessarily like a condenser. How it picks up is more important as it relates to dynamic or condenser,
Right.
right? And sensitivity level. But you still, if your gain is super high, it's going
Right.
to pick up stuff.
Right.
So people, everybody doesn't need to become an audio engineer, but we do need to educate ourselves, because now this is the medium. This is how
Right.
you could, like,
Right.
as an entrepreneur in these days, this could make or break you, how you
Yep.
sound.
100%. Yep.
How you
Okay, so
sound.
I'm gonna go back. So I know. So and right, we were talking about, you guys were talking about the Yeti Pro, which is both USB and XLR. I had the Blue Yeti, which is just USB. And then, you know, again, I really like the way the Lewitt sounds on David. I think he sounds really great. And I said if I was gonna upgrade, and I got this for $150, right? Might as well upgrade to a great to something that looks good. I'm going to add it in because I know, Shannon, you wanted to look at some of these settings.
With your blue mic stand, though.
Well, that looks good, though. Again, it goes back to sexy, right? Like, I think it looks good, right? So I said, okay, I'm going to keep that because it's all about the look. Okay, so now you said you wanted to look at the high pass filter.
Let's come out of there. Arrow back from that.
And then audio processing, right? High pass filter.
If I could be honest, so it's at 60. Okay. And go back again another step.
Yeah, sorry guys, I know that I'm trying to do this all.
And go to your Ampex,
Aphex, whatever it is. Yeah. Okay, I'm here.
Yeah, so that's kind of, you didn't bother with that.
No, I didn't bother. Yeah, because like I said, I'm a newbie, so for me, it's just and you said it once in this live. You said, listen, the Rodecaster Pro is meant to be for dummies, right? Like, it's foolproof. You just open up the box and you get it going, and that was why I did it. So those are the settings. And I said, with these settings, I don't know, the Lewitt, man, that's the way to go. I think the Lewitt, I look great. I mean, I sound great. I mean, I do look great, right? But I think, thank you. But I think thank you. All right. So if you guys, unless there's something else you guys want me to test with this, I don't have it connected with the mic. So all these extra features here, I can't test it out. Let me look through comments.
I really can't wait till you to
put it back, right?
That and plug it back in somewhere else.
Hold on. So it says, Carlos said the mic I'm currently using is almost exactly like, right, what Michael Jackson used for the Thriller album, right? The SM7B, right? Let me see. Incredible sound. All right. So some people are liking the sound. Wait till we go back to the Lewitt. Hold up. All right. So put your music back on, Shannon, so I can connect. Let's do this. Let's jam out. Are we back? Yeah, there you go. I had some struggles because, right, so in the Rodecaster, you got to make sure that you are also turning phantom power back on. So I turned phantom power back on, and I had to switch on the Rodecaster microphone settings. I switched it from dynamic to condenser. So now we're back on the Lewitt. So you guys, what do you think? What do you think, Shannon? Now we're back on the Lewitt.
In the room. You back in the room, baby. You in the room right now.
Right. That's sexy, sultry sound. This is what that moneymaker. You want to do. So who needs a house?
That ear in the canal. Just,
Who I can refinance your home. I can get you a lower rate. I can.
Red watch sign. Look at me. Look, I'm grabbing.
That's it. Listen, I sound sexy, and I can save you a couple of $100 on your mortgage by saving your interest rate. Come on, y'all. Let's go. Let's do this.
Felicia said, Lewitt wins for me too. Boom, boom, boom.
All right. Let's see. So Israel loves this. Awesome. So Full Gen's Lewitt wins for me. Lemuel likes which mic? Because I don't know. I know you logged in late. So which mic do you like? Is it the white one or the MV7? Because the majority right now is talking about the Lewitt, which is this one here, and I personally agree. Felicia, yep, sold. Let me see. Anselm said it's crisper. I just saved you money, right? So again, and like I said, I said it a few times, depending on how long you guys have been on here, I'm returning this. It was free to try out for 30 days. I have a line of credit with them. So I said, why not? Like, what is the worst that's going to happen? As long as I'm responsible and return it back, I'm returning this because my Lewitt, I look good and I sound good, right? So we got a little bit of delay. Carlos is saying a little bit of delay. He's doing a refinance. Hey, now get that commission, honey. Yes. Good luck with the closing. Israel, same thing. I like the Lewitt much better. Y'all are cracking me up. But this is what a live is about. And could you be amazed? This is my first live. So Shannon, you've been a great support. Thank you so much.
Man, this is amazing.
My very first
so
live.
happy.
I'm having a good time. This was perfect. I wouldn't have asked for anything else.
Ask him how I sound. Do I sound good? How do I sound?
All right, y'all. What about Shannon? Does he sound? What do you guys think? How does he
I?
sound? Good. Let's give some feedback for him.
Should I get a new mic or what?
All right, let's see. This is what I'm talking about. Ecamm community, Ecamm fam. He's asking if he should get a new mic. No, we need to save money because.
Right. I don't need to
hello.
go and ask for no more budget on
Hello.
stuff.
Right. Lemieux's laughing. He said, "Where do I sign? Send me the DocuSign. I got you, boo. I got. Didn't you say you're looking to buy investment properties? I'm gonna connect with you. See. Lemieux likes. He actually likes. And forgive me if I'm saying your name wrong. But he actually likes the MV7. That's interesting. Let me see. Close to 14 loans this month. Hey, Carlos, that's what's up. Yes. Good for you.
I don't like sounding distant, man.
Let's see.
Let me see what this level looks like. Oh, I see why.
What we got?
Yeah,
Distant,
yeah.
Workable.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened?
Yeah. Is that better?
Yes.
How's that sound?
What happened? You got to show us.
Turn it up. Buster said, turn it up.
That's it. Well, that was a quick fix.
I mean, so I got the mic. Remember we talked about that green lane.
Yeah.
Right? What Rodecaster says is if you're in this lane, you're good.
Right.
And I wasn't in that lane. I turned myself down. But the reason why I turned myself down is because now you hear my computer, and I don't like that.
Right. I got you. No, I got you. And it's Lemuel. I got you. Thank you for telling me how to pronounce your name, Lemuel.
Lemuel. That's
Lemuel.
my son's middle name.
Oh, look, we're all connecting. I need sound effects. I gotta fix this because I can make this so much better. Connecting.
I don't have no connecting ones, but
that's all right.
But no, so yeah, it is.
Randy said that sounds better. But there is, people are talking about the room echo. Felicia said, echo, much better. Felicia wants to know, and I'm sure other people want to know, what mic are you using? You mentioned it before. You're using a shotgun mic?
I am using the AT. Oh God, I don't know the nomenclature of this mic. It is the AT. Yes, I do. AT 803035. AT 8035.
What brand is that for newbies like us? What does that mean?
Audio Technica. I'm sorry.
Got it. It's okay. No, it's okay. All good. So Audio Technica. Let me see if I can, since I'm doing this, let me see if I can share my screen, see if I can look that up, right? Let's get some real fancy for you guys. AT, what was it?
Here's my microphone there.
There you go. AT, what's the model number?
8035.
8035. Let me see if I can throw this up on the screen for you guys real quick. Shotgun condenser microphone. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to share the screen. I'm just waiting for it to load on my end. What do we got here? And I think I did a scene with sharing my screen. Let me see. Can I do this? There you go. So I'm sharing my screen. Let me make myself smaller real quick. Get myself out of here. This is the mic, guys. Let me get out of here. So this is the mic that Shannon is using. AT8035 shotgun condenser microphone. I'll show you guys some pictures this way. And then I'll put them back on the screen. Let me see. That's what it looks like there. Let me go back. All right. Oh, there you go. Look, he put it back on the screen. There you go, guys. All right. So, is that some sound dampening up on the ceiling?
No, that's the sun.
Oh,
that's my light.
Yeah, light. I see. Very cool. See, look, we got all this stuff today. Yep. Yes, Anselm, Audio Technica.
The one thing I did find out is in this whole process, as we're getting audio together, as we're getting, you know, these different aspects of what we do in this way together, lighting is everything. Lighting can, once again, it's one of those things that can make or break you.
Yep. I agree.
So I have a big soft box, and had a smaller one. I got a big one. It seemed too big, but then, and the light was really soft.
Yeah.
And then I said, "Dad, that's too big." So I
Yep.
got the next size down. Then I had those harsh shadows, and I was like, "Oh, I don't like that." So I went back to the big one. I call it the
Right.
sun.
Gotcha.
And it's gonna work.
Yep. Carlos says lighting is truth. Yeah, that's good. And I mean, I've done a little video on kind of like mine. Let me see if I bring mine up, show you guys live, because I have a small space. I have a 7-foot space. Let's do this way. Let me see if I can take me and Shannon out to show you guys. So I have a soft box. That's kind of the soft box there. I'll have on this corner my Elgato key light there.
Dope.
That's my little desk light. I have my photography light. This is my green screen, right? So my photography light for that corner there, that's a $10 light mounted on a tripod. And then this is the panel, Lume Cube panel, go. Very small, and that lights up that corner there. So that's my lighting setup. Let me just bring us back. Let me get out of here.
Are you a gamer, India? I'm seeing some controllers on the wall there.
Yeah, not a crazy gamer. Hold on, let me bring us back. Let me get out of here. Yeah, I'm a nerd. Realistically, there's no other way to say it. I'm just a nerd. I do play,
Right.
so all I play is Call of Duty. It depends. If I've had a rough week with craziness going on, I'll throw on my headphones, I'll turn on Call of Duty and just get in the zone. Here on my desk, I got 2 screens. So I do game from time to time. Let's see.
Oh man, amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm gonna bounce. I have some
Yes.
another one in our community hit me up. We were on in the chat or whatever.
Yep.
And who knew, right?
Yeah.
That you can do live animations with a program that we all Mac users
Keynote. Yep.
have for free.
Yep.
In Keynote.
Yep.
So she wanted to know how to do that and
Cool.
what have you. So I'm gonna share that with her and then eat some lunch. This is a pleasure. We are at least cousins now.
Yes.
Right.
That's
so
what's up.
let's stay connected. And
Yes.
I think I already requested you as a friend on Facebook,
Cool.
but I will again.
Yes.
And let's stay connected, man.
Definitely.
Let's do this again.
You got it. Thank you so much. We'll connect. And thank you. I'm going to log off myself, guys. So thank you so much, everybody. You guys were super awesome. Felicia, thank you so much. Have a good day. Talk to you guys later. Full Gens, Anselm, I had Hector, I had Lemuel, Carlos. You guys were super awesome. My very first live. Thank you so much for being so supportive. It was awesome. All of the technical support. It was great having an impromptu guest with Shannon, right? Let me know what you think in the comments. For those of you guys that watch afterwards, we can definitely do more of this stuff. We get more people on. I know we were talking about Felicia. We were talking about like some nonprofit stuff. I can come on, talk about some real estate stuff because Carlos is a loan officer. I'm a loan officer. We talked about Felicia and her nonprofit. Fulgens, you said you do some stuff. So I want to connect with all of you guys. And we can do some different series and just get us up. We're going to all hold each other accountable to going live and doing some videos and getting our setup. So take it easy. Have a good weekend, y'all. Stay safe. Hopefully this election comes down to whatever it comes down to sooner or later. And I'll catch you guys in the comments. Bye, y'all.